You all have no idea what I deal with behind the scenes with this one. And welcome back to another episode of the Please Do Tell podcast. I'm your homegirl, Ronika, and I'm with.
Come on now, you know it's me, it's Jeffrey. Come on now, we coming through. We coming through. We from the Northeast corridor coming through on this evening or morning or afternoon whenever you listen to us.
Mhm. Buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. It's going to be a wild ride, my homies. But you're here, so thank you. Jeffrey, I just want to start with today, and I know we're going to kind of talk a little bit about how our week has been. But just today, I want you all to know that I am in the state of Michigan. If you don't know, now you know. The state of Michigan. And spring doesn't really know what it's doing yet. It hasn't settled in. It's like, hey, I want to bring winter in with me a little bit. But then by the afternoon, it's spring. And then somewhere around there, it's like, oh, you know what? Let's throw a little tornado watch in there until 2 a.m. You're welcome. So, yeah, that's just how my day has been. But I'm so happy to be here
You know
and
that
ready for
you know what they
stories.
say. You know what they say in Michigan? The weather is always, it could be 20 and 70, so it's that time. It's that time.
Well, the weather won today. So it was weather one, Ronika 0.
You seem like
Because
you
when
got
that
you in a
down
funk.
I mean, that downpour, my hair had curls earlier. Curls for the girls. Curls. It wasn't the day that I got my hair done or nothing, but because I would have really been mad. But it was curls for the girls. And then, having pleasantries with some stranger outside of the grocery store and walking to the car, talking about April showers, bring May flowers. And here come those damn April showers. I said, "Oh, wait a minute." She's still talking. I'm running to the car. I don't even think I said I'm sorry or nothing. I just was like, So, just you all have it's not Keith Sweat, it's Keith Slick right now. So I'm here.
Not keep slick. Why you say
hmm
keep slick?
I said, "Keep Slick," because look at me. I'm slick.
Oh, well, look, you just gotta lay it to the side. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
hmm
You know when to
hmm
get wet.
There I am.
Look,
Well,
look, I'm glad to be here, and I'm hoping that our listeners can hear me better.
yay!
Look, we had
Improvement.
look, we had to do a whole like little like crash course,
What's
because
that?
listeners, we're doing this, it's well, I'm gonna say it's the two of us, but Renika manages this, you know what I mean? So from that standpoint, look, we had to put it together, put our brains together, and hopefully my sound is better. So if my sound is better, please put it in the text box that yay,
Please.
the sound is better. So I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Like we done how
Yes.
many takes did we do last week?
We did at least 3. We might have to show them because 'cause I'm over there
3?
straight up, I
That
think,
was
cause
terrible. You supposed to said at least 40.
no, cause 'cause we're just that good. I did talk about that, chair because 'cause I'm saying, I said, "One of these days, Jeffrey gonna hit the floor."
Don't worry about my chair. My chair over
Okay.
here, I can hit all the way to the floor and bounce right back up.
Anyways, we troubleshooted for an hour. Let's just say that it could have been 40 takes in an hour, but we troubleshooted for an hour. I'm in my nice pink robe, and I mean, y'all may see it, y'all may not, but we definitely have some and this oh yeah, I couldn't upload it anywhere. I know we were just a cussing. The saints would be just
Uh,
frightened.
they wouldn't march in, they would march out. They put their finger up and march
All
out.
with them.
Yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
mm, mm, mm,
yeah,
mm, 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 mm. Yeah,
mhm.
they'd be like, "Stop in the name of Jesus." Not in the name of love, but in the name of Jesus. Like somebody just but we got it together. We got
Yeah,
it together.
yeah,
We
yeah.
we got
Like
it
like
together.
like Barry White said, "We got it together." We got it
Ah,
together.
and this is how we start quarter 2
Correct,
of
correct.
2026.
Crazy, isn't it? Look, I was thinking about it, I was like, "Man, yeah, because maybe about 10, 15 years ago, maybe about 15 years ago, I started to think about life in quarters, you know? That way that
Same,
you
same.
you could kinda get some chunk and bite out of your time because
Mhm.
them 3 months, them 90 days can pop on you very quickly. Look, and it's crazy, but when we were in high school, we had a, English teacher, would say, "Hey, you could do it 90 days this semester, you can do it 90 days next semester," because that's how long, the semesters were, but now that's really, like, how life is, like, you got the quarter, and so now we're moving into the 2nd quarter. We're in the 2nd quarter, and I always tell people now, as in, not only are you in the 2nd quarter, like, you should have it already figured out. You're actually executing in this quarter, like, and then preparing for your 3rd quarter while this quarter is happening, not you plan while you're in the quarter. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna do some planning in between. You understand? So, if you don't have it together, that's cool too, but ideally you would want to execute your plan during this quarter versus, kinda, ad-libbing as you go through it.
Yeah.
So,
Flying by the seat of your pants.
yeah, you can't do that all the time. And look, every
You cannot.
next thing you know, it's October.
Whew, and that's the last quarter,
Yeah, yeah, yep, yep, yep.
which is the most humbling
But you
for
know what
me
I do
sometimes.
but not the little sidebar. That's the reflection quarter. But let's stay on Q2. What What I do like about, Q2 is, graduations,
Yes, yeah.
weddings,
Prom.
prom,
Mhm.
April showers, May flowers, you
Clearly.
getting all of that. You getting all
Mhm.
the beginning of really smelling, summer, 'cause summer actually excuse me, summer begins at the end of Q2.
That is true.
So,
Well,
it's in June.
yes.
Yeah, it's in
Yes,
June.
yes, 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 yep. Yep, yep, yep.
So those are the things that I really like about Q2. The new beginnings, first jobs, a lot of people get their first job in the summer.
The favorite tree in the front yard, buds, it's usually right before well, the last couple years because the weather has been a little, um, Imma say, it's been a little wacky. Um, but there's this favorite tree that I would take pictures under, clearly in my mama house. I would take pictures in front of as a little girl. There's even a picture of me in front of it in my Easter outfit, and it just looks absolutely beautiful when it completely blooms, and but by Mother's Day, all the petals have fallen and the leaves are starting to come in. It's just a great it's a beautiful transition into, summer, from
I think that
spring to summer.
I thought that was pretty cool, like in growing up and noticing that trees will not go from 1 to 2. But and then back to 1, during the winter. But trees would or flowers, plants, they could transition like 3 different times, you know what I'm saying? You like, how do you go from a dead tree, quote unquote "dead tree," just, like, protecting itself, um, to flowers, to all of a sudden leaves all summer, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's amazing to me, God's, creation, that's amazing.
Yes.
Specifically as a kid, you like, "How did that happen?" you know?
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was like it was just naked. I was looking outside. What day was that? I think I was picking up Cooper. One of these days this week. 'Cause shout out to my mama, my village, especially when it
Mhm.
comes to whew, thankful. But I was looking outside, I was looking up, and I said, "Oh, the tree's starting to bud." I'm like, "How did I miss that?" And then I'm telling you, in like a week or two, it's going to complete. It's gonna be so pretty. And then they're gonna start to fall, and then the green leaves are gonna come in, and then it's just gonna be full of birds.
Well, the birds is on its way.
They're already outside.
Yeah, it's mating season.
They are hungry. Yeah, they're hungry. Cause if you follow me on social media, I posted, I think, yeah, so that's a whole nother story. When it says current events will happen this week, I went to the grocery store. Well, the store, I'm gonna just say the store. Um, and like right before midnight on Saturday. And then I went and bought a bird feeder. And then by Monday, that bird feeder was in my backyard. And I filled it like 3/4 of the way. Baby, it's less than a quarter full now because them birds been wearing that thing out. I was like, I was gonna call it Eat at Joe's, kind of like the cartoons back in the day. I think that was a Popeyes reference, maybe Eat at Joe's. But now it's Bella Noche's because if you can't go to Bella Noche's, where else can you go? If y'all remember that viral thing. So now it's gonna be Eat at Bella Noche's.
Glad that, the listeners didn't see my eyes roll in the
I
back
know.
of my head, but
Yeah.
the viewers did.
Yeah.
So, look, all I'm gonna tell y'all is, I told her because we actually talked. We actually spoke, within the week, and I told her she was like, "Oh, I wanna go get another bird, another what is it?
Feeder.
A bird feeder,"
I
and so
had a birdhouse. I have a birdhouse and I have a bird feeder.
okay,
Yeah.
excuse me, my bad. She was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a bird, I have a birdhouse, I made a birdhouse." Cool, fine, I think that's dope, if you can't feed the birds and help the bees, then what are you doing in this world?
Right. Right.
But to go and get a second one within 2 weeks, y'all, I was like, she's addicted already. So what's gonna happen look, I'm not coming over there. I'm not coming over there because it's gonna be like, um, the lady from Home Alone in the park. You have all them damn birds over there, y'all. Don't get caught over there. They gonna stop you. I told you the airport over there, so you already know. They gonna get you. They gonna get
My sister gonna say, what she said to me? She said, "Now the birds are gonna be pooping all over your place." I said, "No, they eat in my place and they poop other places."
That is not how it works.
It
It's not
is.
how it works. Okay, alright. Well, look, when Coop with
That's
the
why I'm
scoop come
looking. It
when
is.
when Coop with the scoop come back with a, face full of poop, don't worry about it. I'm just saying, like, it's crazy. Like, them birds they're lethal. Look, here in the city, in New York City, you park your car underneath a tree. Okay, come back the next day and watch how much poop is on that actual, car.
I know not to park under the tree.
Yeah, but don't walk outside barefooted either. You're gonna slip.
True.
You're gonna be a real Eat at Joe's cartoon from Popeye.
Okay, moving right along, cause y'all ain't finna bird shame me.
I'm just
Okay?
saying. I'm just
Thank
saying.
you.
I'm just saying. I knew you
Um,
shouldn't have got that second bird feeder. I knew it.
anyways, I only got one now, cause the other one, the house, if it rains, then that paint is gonna bleed, cause I think it's the washable paint. Um, so I just have the bird feeder outside, and they've
And
been
and
going to town.
and if y'all follow Ronnika on Instagram, like, she has a whole video about it and everything. Look, I'm not a hater, so I wanna get the good stuff over first. I think the birdhouse is mwah. I
Thank
looked at
you.
that birdhouse, the yellow birdhouse,
They look cute.
I thought it was pretty dope, pretty dope.
Mhm.
No lie.
Mhm.
Um But when I saw the, plastic bird feeder on the side, I was like, "Oh, here we go. You gotta come with the creativity. You can't give Diana Ross and then give, you know, I'm not even gonna hate so we
I
can
knew
get
you was finna.
no. Somebody
You
they
wanted
waiting
to
on me to get
nothing from the
somebody.
bird.
Nope, 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 nope. But you gotta get if you're gonna give Diana Ross, then you gotta give Patti LaBelle, and that one's not Patti LaBelle. So we want more. We need more
Oh,
people.
so you want me to upgrade that one. So if you all have a tricked out, bird feeder that you're like, "You know what? We should get this one." Let me know. Or not, I should get it, like, somebody can gift it to me too. You see, I'm obsessed. Every morning, it's me and the birds. It's me, Cooper, and the birds.
I think
Every
that's
morning,
pretty
it's
dope.
great.
I think that's pretty dope. It's good check in the morning. Look, cause look, y'all, I've been to her palace. So if you go, it's Serenity Now in that space. I can see her looking right out the window. I've been there, with your dog. So yeah,
It's great.
that's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway,
So, basically, we saying bring your ass back soon, okay? Bring your ass back now you're here.
we'll
Just
pop
saying.
in.
Okay, so let's go into we're in a new month of April. Crazy. Like, how do we get here? Right? So with the culture check, ooh, we've been talking for a minute. So, culture check. Is there anything that was trending this week? Any viral moments? Anything that you want to talk? Oh, so there's something you want to talk about. Oh,
Yeah.
Jeffrey is still the culture check. Okay, I'm gonna let you roll out.
Well, culture check was crazy. Look, this whole Drewski. The way that he's played, like, both sides of Christianity and used them as a parody and just using them with a reflective mirror, whether it was white or black Christianity in America, where it was a month ago where he was saying, the pastor is, like, got all the women and, kinda
Oh, the money and the red bottoms. Yeah.
come on now. And
Yeah.
then, this week with,
Mm.
uh, portraying allegedly portraying Erica, it was nuts. And then getting the backlash where it even went as much as the president of the United States saying, "Yeah, she should sue." Like, come on now, it's art. And what I mean by that is just a parody. That if we're gonna do that, then now we're trying to silence, people. So just from a culture check standpoint, that Drewski thing was crazy. Just the for it to just be dropped and it go all the way to the president of the United States, yesterday or this week actually talking about it was, astronomical.
To see how many views he has now. Let me just quick looky here. Make sure that my ish is on on silence.
And
Silence.
and then I got one more from a culture check, while you, check that out.
Okay.
Um, Artemis 2 going back to the moon.
Yes! Oh, that's what's on my yes!
Yeah.
Hold
Like,
on, hold
what? Like,
on.
what is this? If you're talking about real American culture, like when we talking about culture check for tonight, for today or this afternoon, whenever you're listening to us now.
Mhm.
But no, we haven't been to the moon in 50 years, and so that's obviously before both of us was born, and so we went through that era of our parents having a moon landing and being a part of having a moon landing and being a part of it, so I thought it was pretty cool that they decided to reopen NASA because remember, I thought like 10 years ago, NASA shut down, but I guess now it's privately funded. To see that 4 astronauts was on their way to circle around, um, is pretty cool.
Did you see the takeoff?
No,
So, are you friends with Monique Joe on Facebook?
Mm-mm.
She was a part of the launch team from Ben Harbor, and she has
Wow.
a whole video on her Facebook. I told her I was at a loss for words.
Wow.
It was a great shot of you seeing the takeoff, and she got it as long as she could until they
Damn.
disappeared. It was I was like, "What?" So Mrs. Ross Golden, actually reshared it and said, "Hey, this is somebody from Ben Harbor. I'm celebrating Ben Harbor High School. I'm celebrating HBCUs. She's a graduate of Alabama A&M." And to see that, like, man, I knew that she was a part of NASA, but I was like, "Whoa,
Wow, she was on a
whoa."
launch team for the
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yes,
So even
yes.
more, even bigger, you know?
Yes.
And then now, look,
Yeah,
as I wipe
yeah,
my
yeah.
forehead, it's like, "Geez,
Yeah.
like, I didn't think
Mhm,
that." Wow, 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 that's amazing. For that
mhm,
young lady, I'm proud of her. That
mhm.
is, like that's next level, you know? Like,
She said she been in my house before.
she's a pioneer. She's a pioneer.
Yeah,
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 wow, wow.
pretty dope. So, yes, that's but if you're listening to us and you're watching us, we do have a late night show that's live on Facebook. If you know, you know. So I'm probably gonna talk more about it on there, but yeah, that was something really cool that happened this week or last week. Whenever you gonna listen to this episode, y'all.
Well, that was just my little culture check. Look, I was dying in a little bit
Perfect.
today.
Right. I'm glad you did. Now I want to tell you all that that Drewski video is up to 92 million views.
That's crazy. That is crazy. I bet everybody in the White House has seen it.
Multiple times.
And look, afterwards, a couple days later, I saw the Dallas, excuse me, the state of Texas had their convention in Dallas, and this lady come running out onto the stage looking just like Drewski. I was like,
She was that
it was a
in a
Republican
blue
convention.
dress. Was it a blue dress?
Yes, it was blue. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was spitting image,
And she was going from side to side.
just like what Drewski was doing.
I
So it was
said,
it,
girl,
it was what they say, such and such imitates art.
yeah, art imitates life,
Now, don't let us
right?
out here looking crazy.
Okay.
Just keep
Yeah,
going with
I'm about to
it.
say, yeah. See how
Yeah,
we pause like,
slam dunk.
yeah, all right. Do 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 do. Pew.
Boom.
Okay. So, yes, I did see that. I said, "Oh, girl, this is not helping y'all case at all."
Mm-mm, mm-mm. She came out there and reenacted it herself.
Barefoot, she was barefoot. She was barefoot up there.
Mm-mm,
Yeah, she was I said, "Oh, girl. You in danger, girl, 'cause they finna drag you. You in danger, girl."
mm-hmm. It's coming.
Alright. Alright, so, gonna move on to you all know I'm just full of props over here. I'm just so
Mm-mm.
excited when stuff comes together like this.
What I do with my
A
pen?
little laser pointer. Mhm, mhm. Okay, so we keep saying, because we here too. With this new quarter, new month, reset, rebirth, new quarter, basically who this. So the pressure of Q2 goals, like what is there anything weighing on you this season or any seasonal moves? Because I know for myself, that seasonal depression is real. When my therapist was like, I think we've been here before. This is what we go." I said, "This normal?" He said, "I looking through my notes, you were feeling like this about a year ago, same time." Oh,
Damn, damn.
okay.
I do
So
feel
I
that.
went straight into spring cleaning, but go ahead.
I do feel that sometimes. That
Mm,
you can feel like, damn, the same thing is happening every year. But then
mhm.
that's me trying to fix me. Then I got to work on me.
Yeah.
That means if I know the car gonna run hot, then damn it, I need some coolant. You know what I'm saying? Before it runs hot, you know? I think that this is typically like a high pressured, uh, season. If you're, like, in education or yeah, I just say in education, the educational field, because a lot of people that are, like, teachers that's looking for jobs in the fall. They're typically hired now. They're not waiting until July, August to be looking for a job. So they're typically hired now, and so they have a lot of pressures of finishing a job, getting ready, preparing for another job, you know.
Yeah.
Because one, people say, well, why? Well, in addition to, is because it's the end of a academic fiscal year. So they prefer to end contracts and begin contracts. So this is typically like a high pressure time, whether I'm looking or whether I'm hiring. You know what I'm saying? So and again, it's through the same process when I'm looking or whether I'm hiring. So beginning of quarter two is high stakes typically
Mhm,
for
mhm.
me. It kinda determines how the rest of the year will guide for me. How about you?
Ooh, I agree. I have some deadlines coming up for Story Salon, and this is for myself and with collaborating, tomorrow, and I was like, "Ooh, how did that day come up so Jeez, tomorrow's the 3rd or tomorrow's the 4th, it just you're just like, "Man, I thought I had this all planned out," but and I know for myself, I put a whole lot of pressure on myself, like I'm working on this whole being, this perfectionism, Imma call it. Perfection yeah, I was like, "Am I saying it right?" Perfectionism. Perfection.
Professional. Yep.
Okay, okay. So, it's just I know my stuff, get it in. Stop looking over it 3, 4, 15 times. See how it went from 3, 4 to 15. It's gonna be what it's gonna be, but it's gonna be great. So, yeah, this season is really the ooh, this is showing that you were planning this back in December, January, and now it's to show like, "Okay, this is what my planning period produced." So now we're ready to start executing, starting to ask and
Fruits
'cause
of his
events will
labor.
be rolling out yeah, the events will be rolling out in the summer, so
Yeah.
here we are,
Yeah.
here we are.
One of the things I see in the month of April, well, this quarter, like period, is a lot of like social. Like
Mm,
it almost pushes you to be social.
mhm,
Especially after a lot of us have been clogged up in the winter. And so, you've gotten used to your routine, go to work, come home, eat, sleep,
yes,
you know. And now all of a sudden, like we mentioned before, you got graduations, you got
mhm,
wedding, reception. I mean, you got a whole gamut of new social engagement that you have, and then what do you talk about? Should you keep it normal or should you talk about the Lakers or you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of social pressures. Especially, I would say with the under 30 because all of a sudden now you have like we're more into our phone than anything else. So
yeah.
now a social gathering is really weird. Like I remember going through that whole period. Like I whole I wholly knew someone for 2, 3 years online, but when I got in person with them, it was like, I don't know this person at all.
Yeah,
Like that's a weird feeling.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
And everybody has had it, If y'all had it, please share. When
mhm,
you had that moment like, "Damn, I really thought that you were this person," and then, hey, but you gotta, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, you know? So, not that thought
and
that popped in.
and what you just said made me think about this guy, He said, "Dang, I be looking at y'all online. Y'all don't be, looking like that in person." And I said, "Oh gosh. Does it not really translate for a lot of people? Like, they look a different way online than they do in person, like, say, at the because you one place you probably gonna always catch me is probably in the grocery store. You probably gonna find me there.
Not a grocery
Just
store.
kinda breezing through. It's like, "Wait a minute, is that?" "Yes. Yes, it's me. Hey." Um, but one guy, I'll never forget this with you saying and we went to elementary school with him too. But I remember seeing him out for, like, a First Friday, event, and he looked me right in my face. He was like, "Oh my god, you look just the same like online."
That's what's up.
I'm just
That's
like,
what's up. That's what's up.
"Thank you."
Yeah.
Look around here like, they don't look like they do on Facebook." I said, "Thank you, Alan." I'm just like, "Thank you, Alan."
That's hilarious. He said, "Damn, you look just like you do
Yeah,
online."
I mean, see, I was like,
Mm-mm. That's too funny.
"Thank you." So, yeah. With the gatherings and all that, it gets weird because you don't look like yourself.
Yeah.
Cheers to
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
All
No.
right. You all, it's our favorite segment. One of At the Playground.
You know,
Playground.
still not there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yep.
Not there.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Alright.
Still
So
not
since
there.
we since we are and it's funny because in the Midwest, it is like prime time for spring break. A lot of people were just like, "You know what? Bump it. I'm not even finna fly," just with everything that was going on with the TSA. So, I would say that so we're talking about what did spring break mean to us growing up? For me, it was road trips, and that
So the
could be a
kid
road trip to Robbins, Illinois.
Okay. Okay, Robbins, Illinois. That's
Mhm.
of Chicago.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So what was it like for you?
Well, before you said that, I was saying, the kids are in Michigan are on spring break?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, they started spring break in New York too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Today, yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, was their last day. And then, you go into a lot of religious holidays. So he just shuts it down. And then next week is spring break. So yeah. So
Wow,
they actually do have spring break at the same time. That's matching.
what
Matching
a
this year.
melting pot. What?
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy. Anyway,
Wow.
look, if
Okay.
y'all know us, so like we were like midwinter break, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah, like, what is that? So
Oh,
yeah, my family did a lot of road trips.
okay. Okay.
I didn't fly for the first time until I was in college.
Mm. Same. Same.
Yeah, I was that spring break to Miami, like, "Oh, welcome to Miami," when I met A-Ball and MJG.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Great time. I feel like
You
the
didn't want no
camera really
drama.
zoomed in. I Right.
Go. Whoa. No. Come on
That
now.
was a good
Yeah.
one. That was a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
good one, ladies and
Yeah.
gents.
Yeah. 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 I
Alright.
didn't mine and well, you mentioned about spring breaks. We weren't as fortunate. I think we did maybe one spring break when I was like really little. I think I went to the Grand Rapids Zoo, maybe
Mm.
the Potawatomi Zoo, and
I just like
yeah,
saying it.
yeah, in Grand Rapids.
Mhm.
But then after that, we couldn't afford it. So what my mom would do is I somehow every year it was like something you could do during spring break
Mhm.
at the school. So every year I did something during spring break at the school. something, some kind of community service, something. Maybe it was like a Miss Rockette camp for a week,
Yeah,
which is like a math and
I was
science
trying to
camp.
yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. You did something. I did something academically for a week in between
Mhm.
because my mom was like, "Nah, you're not getting behind. You take a week off, I may have to put a whipping on you."
'Cause I was
So,
like, was Michigan Tech in the summer, or was that a spring break thing?
Michigan Tech was in the summer, but, um, Michigan State had a program like MAPS and another one that I think that you could also do in the summer, but you could also they would send you off potentially during spring break too. I think Michigan Tech
Mm,
did something too, where if you were good enough
okay,
in the summer, then they would have you come back during spring break.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
They over educated us.
They sure did.
Yeah, every time it was a break, you had to go do more school.
Ooh-wee. I
Yeah.
said, "Damn." I said, "Why am I dissecting a cow's heart the
On
first
spring
week of the
break.
summer? So what am I doing next week?" We was
Yeah.
somewhere else. I mean, we were bouncing around. Shout out to Mike Razor. I think that's the summer I met Mike Razor. And him and Roland Haynes. We was just my mom found a new camp. "Oh, they can go. I found a camp for Ronnie." It's like they were talking outside so they can just keep us busy all
Yeah.
summer.
That was the parents. They was gonna make
Whew.
sure they kept us busy. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
But
I
yeah,
miss
that sucks.
the, spring breaks, my spring break, and then once I got to high school, I played baseball, so you didn't have
Mm,
spring break. You had
mm.
I was pretty good in baseball, so I spring break was practice, and if you I remember, somebody took off for spring break, and boy, they didn't play
They
that year.
pay for it. Ooh,
Yeah, they did, yeah, they didn't play that year. You can't take off spring break. Mind you, it's only 5 days. But they say, "Hey, you couldn't do it."
was Harvey the coach or no? Who's the coach?
Mhm. Coach Harvey
Okay,
is the coach.
okay.
Yep, yep,
What sport didn't he know? Goodness.
yep, yep, yep.
Such a legend.
So
Yeah, but my
my I'm sorry, you go.
oh, no, I was just like, the kids were, because I work with little people, with little kids, and, or I say young people, and what did they say? "What are you doing for spring break, Miss Ronnika?" I was like, "I already had one." "What?" Called making it a long weekend. You take a Thursday, Friday off, and maybe a Monday, and that's how you make it a long weekend. But no, Miss Ronika will have to wait until you all return to hear about spring break.
Right.
Adults don't get spring break? I don't wanna grow up. I said, "I get you. I get it." Over here it's bills. Bills, bills, and more bills, guys. No more Roblox, just bills, bills, and more bills. So,
Mm. But it was
that's my
better once
life.
we that it was better once we, when you're a kid, you don't know, but once you got into college, once you got above age, like you said, look, I went to spring break, Mardi Gras, spring
Yeah,
break,
yeah, yeah.
Cancun. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, so I made sure that I enjoyed that spring break. Once I
Yes.
found out what spring break was supposed to be about, I had to get that to going to Western, going to predominantly white institution, PWI. You found out what spring break was about. So that's it. They
Amongst
were
other things.
they had trips, it was a family gathering. I was just in Southern California a couple weeks ago, and this guy was talking about, "Hey, yeah, I just brought my family down for spring break, blah blah blah." And I'm thinking like, "Man, that must was nice." He's like, "Yeah, I came from Iowa." I was like, "Damn, all the way you took your kids all the way over, man. That was real nice of you." You know what
That was so nice.
I'm saying? But,
So nice.
you strive for, but yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. That's all I
Mhm.
got on that one though. on
Well,
my spring break.
alright. Well, alright. That was
Yeah.
enough, cause sheesh. You see, we were just a little late to the game when it comes to spring break, but we catching up. We catching up. We just take we don't even wait for spring. We just take a break.
Come on now.
Alright, cause now we finna just fly right into foolishness files, cause what I just said, well, I don't know. Okay. Just take that break. What we say, don't let that PTO just build and then it's just sitting there. You take your break.
I took mine.
Take your break.
Sure did. 5 days. It was a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then a Monday, Tuesday. So I came back on hump day with a smile on my face and
Mhm.
didn't think somebody was gonna take my place.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how I came back.
Hmm.
That's just a
And
little
hopefully you caught what he put down. Okay. Hopefully you were picking it up, what he was putting down. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
So these spring break gone wild. People acting up as soon as the weather hits 60. I'm definitely gonna tackle that one. Or travel fails because, we just said that it's starting to warm up a little bit. People are starting to come out of hibernation, and there's just one thing I wanna touch on. And I'm from the great city of Benton Harbor. So I know that I know all about finding fun or making your own fun. 'Cause, small town, you just gotta you may get into some things. What I've never gotten into is meeting up at a gas station to party and drink. Like, I lean in because I just said this earlier today. I was the square of the group, and sometimes I was a little late to, like, what everybody else was doing. That's fine. It's okay. But y'all that are meeting up at convenience stores at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning on demon time and fighting, y'all don't ache like the next day. Like, y'all come back out and you do it again. Like, y'all be fighting. When I say fighting, like knots on your head, you're getting slung across cars. Cause I've seen the videos. This isn't AI. I've seen them. And it's at an old convenience store that was called Meeks, and it's funny because the Meeks family was like, "Hey, man, stop calling it Meeks. It's Lion Express." There's a whole video of a gentleman slapping fire out of a girl, and
slapping
there was this
fire.
fi when I say he slapped her so hard, it knocked his hat off.
Mm.
I said, "Okay, this is only one piece of the video," to find out that there was a whole part 1. That was just part 2. Part 1 of it shows that the young ladies were started everything that led to the altercation that was outside. And I just wanna say, summer hasn't even started. Spring hasn't even sat down and got settled in yet. That everybody is literally, because I seen that something, literally showing their ass. And for that, I say, I will stay on this side of town, or I'm gonna be taking a road trip like it's spring break every weekend in the summer, because 'cause I'm not dealing with it.
But it's a little bit dangerous everywhere, and what I mean by that is, I don't wanna say it's dangerous everywhere, but just be aware of your surroundings.
Mhm.
I'll give you a story just in Brooklyn yesterday morning, kid excuse me, this lady was pushing her kid in a stroller, 7-month-old baby, and they got to shooting around. The baby was shot and killed. The father was around. The baby was shot. The father grabbed the baby and ran to the nearest hospital where the baby was pronounced. So you just have to be aware of your surroundings because that was a freak accident. And one would say, "Well, what time was that?" That was in the morning time. That was prior to 12 p.m. So I don't want to doubt doubts on any place, whether it's big or small. You really
Yeah.
have to, like
Mhm.
regardless of, you have to be vigilant and keep your eyes up because anything can happen at any point. When you were just mentioning about the altercation at the gas station, I was thinking about what if somebody was just randomly needed gas and all of a sudden you see 30 to 40 people out here brawling and
Hundreds.
you can't even leave because and you're sitting duck because you need gas. So yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. You know,
That's
we all,
really unfortunate.
whether your race or whatever, we've all been young. We just hope that
Mhm. Yeah.
we wise up sooner than rather than later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or as we always say, keep their head on the swivel.
that's you. That's you.
That's yeah,
That's
I
you.
guess I do
Don't
say
say
that.
we.
'Cause
I
I
ain't.
ain't
I
no,
ain't
'cause me and
French.
the girls say that. Me and the girls say it.
I was say that
Me
ain't
and the
me.
heartbeat say it, keep their head on the swivel. Shout out to my dad. Keep their head on the swivel.
All right, swivelers.
Okay.
Ah.
Haters, gotta have them.
Ah.
It's one in every group.
Ah.
All right. That was enough foolishness for this week, okay?
Yeah, because
All right,
it
'cause
was
that
kind of a
was
it was somber. It was somber
yes!
foolishness file. Because I look, just a little sidebar. I like the stories of like the randomness of blah blah blah. Like gas stations. Because I think I may have partied at the gas station during my era. I may have been there. But I knew to stay within a confines, as in, hey, the police coming. It's time to go. You know what I mean? Oh, he hit. It's time to go, you know what I mean? But now it's like people wanna ante that up, and I don't wanna big that up. So, even with that story, people been like, "Oh, tell me more." So I wanted to dash it with that Brooklyn story because
I mean, thank you.
yeah, I did. I wanted to dash with the Brooklyn story because that yours happened in the evening, but that happened during the day. So,
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm
wild.
saying? So, yeah.
That is wild. Cause
Mm.
it also makes me think of the advice that my dad would always give me, "You park so you can get out." So, I know my
Back
people
in.
always mess with me and joke about me backing in. I always back in because he said you wanna be able to get out. That means jump a curb, whatever, you gotta get out.
'Cause if
So
you don't, you pull in, when you back in, you may hit somebody, and that may stop you. So, but if you in front, honk, honk, lights flashing and
right.
sirens, you better get out of the way. It is time to
Woo!
go.
Get out the way like you're really singing Luda in this
Yeah,
moment.
yeah,
Get
yeah.
out the way.
I've definitely been in multiple
Woo!
states, and you gotta be like, I gotta get out of here."
Ah, yes.
So,
Todd
yeah,
no. Todd no I cuz will back in and get out of there.
time to go.
Wrap
Yeah.
this thing up. You ride with me? Cause I'm out of here.
Mhm.
All right.
Alright, so
Uh,
we're gonna jump into rapid fire,
pew,
and,
pew, pew.
no,
It's
don't
too
pew
early.
pew me.
Too early. Too
Yeah, yeah.
early. Okay. I'ma just play with my sideburns.
Look, this was my one time trying to lead, and I missed the pew pew.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you did.
Sorry, y'all. Delete.
Try it again.
Alright, so we're going into rapid fire, and so what we do in rapid fire is we ask one question, we give one answer, alright? And we're off. Renika, since it is going into Q2, which one? Beach or city?
City.
Okay.
Okay. Early flight or late checkout?
Woo! Late checkout.
Okay.
Pack light. Damn! Give me a second. Look, I told you, see the shit.
Rapid! It's rapid! Damn it!
Uh, pack light or overpack every time?
Overpack every time.
Mm, mm, mm.
Okay, one spring scent that takes you back.
Grass.
Yes.
Spring fling or stay focused?
Stay focused, like the T-shirt I used to have.
Mm-mm. Spring
Mhm.
fling.
Okay, good for you.
Yeah, spring fling. Spring. Let's see. Somebody you going to somebody random graduation parties and hey, who is this person? Hey, how are you? Ha ha ha. Nothing wrong with that. All right, I guess that concludes rapid fire. Uh.
What a launch. What a this. What a this. What a this. What a this. So you all, we want to hear about what does this season mean for you? You all like to talk a lot in the If You Know, You Know late night show. But even with Please Do Tell, we like to hear those stories too. So what does this season of spring flings bring for you? His face. If you're watching us, you see Jeffrey's face like, what? Where is she going with this? Yes. What is this? What does this season bring for you?
Yeah, yeah. What does it mean for you? Yeah, we saw
It was
everything.
like, how many cavities? How many bugs? It was
Yeah,
like,
right.
goodness.
They were all in.
Jeez.
All in.
Sheesh. So we just want to remind you that this is a time to reset, refocus, but it's really how you want to go into the second quarter. How are you showing up? But if you have any questions or if you want to just kind of bounce some things off of us, the comments section, the inbox, the email, which you can definitely email us. Please do tell podcast at gmail.com.
Don't email
We'll
me.
respond.
I ain't gonna lie. Don't email me. You can send it
He
and
said
Ronika
DM.
respond. Don't email me. I get too many emails, Ronika. I ain't trying to get no emails. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like no emails for me. Don't send none to me. Mm-mm. Mm.
Well, I manage the Please Do Tell podcast at gmail.com. So go ahead, slide, because, you know, sometimes you just want to write a dissertation. You want somebody to read just a little bit of it. I'm here to read just a little bit of it, okay? Just so you know. But we appreciate you all that have been subscribing and sharing with your friends because you're like, you know what, my homies, I need y'all to be on this same wavelength as me because clearly y'all love stories. And that's why we are here. So we appreciate you all subscribing, sharing, but more importantly, where you listen to, if you're listening to the podcast, leave a review. That helps other people find Please Do Tell podcast. And of course, also on YouTube, where you're watching us, is where you can leave a comment or even share with someone. And then that also helps as well. So don't forget to be a share bear.
And if you don't like it, even add that. I need to hear it. I need to hear it. How do you get better if you don't? You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's true, cause y'all
yeah,
been just sliding in the DMs talking about Jeffrey's microphone, but
yeah.
y'all
Look,
supposed to shame him a long
t-
time ago
tell me that
to
my
his face.
microphone's ready. No,
Mhm, pretty much.
I think we're ready though. We're gonna
Okay, I
we're
think we're
gonna listen.
back.
Yeah, I think we're back. I think we're back.
I think we're back, but we
Yeah.
we do want you all to drop, like, your wildest spring break stories, or if you're like, "Wait a minute, Ronnika, I think I was on that trip with you." It's possible. It's possible, especially that New Orleans trip. It got wild. It got wild. You're like, "Oh, I met you." Yeah, it got wild that trip. I think it was shortly after Soulja Slim died? Yes.
Yeah,
Slow
I do
motion.
remember
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, like, they was wearing it out, and I was here for it on the radio. They was wearing that song out, and I was here for it. So, Jeffrey, where can the people find you?
You can find me on the Please Do Tell podcast where the host is Ronnika Williams. And you can find us on the If You Know You Know late night show on Facebook, and it can also be viewed on now YouTube. Uh, yeah, that's kinda new, so go catch a view on YouTube, but if you know, late night show, but if you wanna watch it live, it is on Facebook Thursday nights at 10:15 PM Eastern Standard Time, but, you can get there when you get there, alright? And you can find me on Instagram at Mr. Fantastic World, at MrFantastic World, WORLD. And back to you, Ronika.
Well, thank you. And you can find Ronika at RONNIKA.Williams on Instagram and Threads. And you can find me as Ronika Williams on Facebook. Now, do remember that is two of us. So you may try to add her, but she'll be like, you know what, Ronika? I think I'm going to have to send somebody your way. So until next time. No, we appreciate y'all. And just thank you for sharing and continue to share. Just think about we try to share with at least 3 new people a day. You try to share with 3 new people this week.
Mm.
Don't be just a friend, be a homie. And so we can all be homies. So we can hang out at the cookout this summer. So, until next time. Well
Get out of here.